Hello and welcome to episode 126 in the Datapack tutorial series. We are in version 1.21.4. We're going to be doing riding mobs. Now, riding them itself is pretty easy. We just ride them, but we can't control them. So I've added a way, and I've done it through a function, so we can control the mob as well. Off we go. So we've only got forward, and it goes the way it's looking. Okay, so this is just a test at the moment. We can't jump or anything. But if there is a hole, we will fall in it. Okay. Let's get off that one, and it will work with the husk as well. Oh, baby one. Okay. Come here. Now we've got a little husk to ride around. Let's go F5. There we go. We can control him. Off we go. Let's go between those blocks there. Right. If I switch to survival, he can't get me. He knows I'm there. He keeps looking at me, but he can't quite reach me, poor little thing. Off we go. Okay, I'm sorry, it's rather silly, isn't it? Anyway, let's get on and build it now. Here we are in VS Code. Now, inside my namespace function, I've added the folder admin and the folder ride. And inside admin, I've added the file ride nearest MC function. And inside ride, I've added control mob and forward. And we're going to be using the tick. We're not going to be using the load. And we've got two predicates. Input forward, that's to check whether I'm pressing the forward key. And on block, that's to check if the mob we're riding is on a block. If it's not, then we don't want the inputs to do anything because we just want the mob to fall down the hole. Okay, I think we'll start with the inputs actually. Let's do input forward, or the predicates rather, sorry. Let's do input forward. So let's pop over to misode. And we are in 1.21.4. Yes, we are. And we'll just say entity properties, this predicate. Now, because we're doing an input, it is type specific. We need it to be the player, and that will unlock inputs. And we'll just say forward true. Copy that, take it back, and paste it in there. Okay. My version is saying this is not, I'm not really sure about this. I don't know what this is. It's like, well, Minecraft knows what it is. My VS Code is very naughty. Right, let's do on block. So let's go back to misode and let's do a reset to default. Now I want to know if it's on any block. So that's if it's not on any air. So I'm going to do an inverted one. So let's do inverted predicate. And we'll say condition, entity properties, entity this, predicate, stepping on, block. Block will have a string, and we'll say we want a group or a block tag list. Minecraft air. So that's going to be void air, cave air, and normal air. So we've got a bit here. This condition here is saying, well, if you are on any air, then it's true. But we've inverted it. So it's going to say if you are on any air, then it's false. Okay, let's copy that. Copy, take it back, pop it into on block, paste, and save that. Okay, that's our predicate set up. Where should we go next? I suppose we'll do ride nearest. Trying to be good as well. I've done a description here. Well, this is kind of pointless because this description is exactly this, but I'm trying to get into, the habit of good practices. It all makes complete sense now, but then when you come back later, it can be handy to have these at the top. So more useful for bigger data packs, really. Anyway, so this is just a simple one. We are going to ride the player, or the person executing the command, is going to mount the nearest entity whose type equals not. So we've got exclamation mark for not. Minecraft player. We don't want them mounting themselves. And it would fail anyway because you can't ride another player. It's not that sort of game. Right, that's ride nearest done. Well, we might as well check it. F5. Let's whack down a cow. It's going to be noisy, isn't it? Let's summon a cow at these coordinates with silent true. There we go. And let's do a reload and let's check our function. Ride nearest. Okay, so I'm on the cow. I can't control it though. Can't do anything at all. He'll just wander around with me sitting on top. Or he'll just stand there. Off we go. Okay, cool. Right, let's go back. Who knows what I'll end up when I'm not looking. Let's do tick. If the player is riding a mob and that mob is on the ground. Okay. So execute as all players on their vehicle. So we're going to know that they're riding something. So at the moment we're not checking what type of vehicle. It could be a minecart, could be a boat, could be any mob. But we're just keeping it simple at the moment. If predicate, and we'll say on block, so it's on a block, it's not in the air. Then we'll go to the passengers, on passengers, so it's jumped back to me. Run function control mob. Save. Okay, nothing to test now because that's not going to be doing anything. Well, actually, I suppose, yeah, we could check if I'm riding it. So if we go to control mob, we could just say on mob. Maybe we could check that. If I get off, let's do a reload. Okay, nothing happening now. Let's jump on the mob. And we've got on mob. Okay, that's good. And he is on the ground. If there was a hole underneath him, wouldn't be working. Let's get off again. Let's press F3 for no reason. Okay. So I think next we'll do control mob. We're already in there, so that's all right. Let's check what key the player is pressing. Now, we've only got the forward key, so that's the only thing I'm going to check in here. Execute as, and this is running as the player, so we can say S, and we'll say predicate equals input forward. I'm pressing the forward key. Then we will run function forward. Save. Well, let's go to forward. And here, you can see I've got north here. Because we can't, well, I'm going to use motion rather than teleport. And using motion, we can only say, well, move this way on the X, Y, or Z. So I can't say, well, if I press forward, move on the X, because it'll always go in the same direction, whichever way I'm looking. So we're going to have to check the player's rotation. For now, we're just going to do a test. And we're just going to say forward. Actually, what I'm going to say is going to say mush. Come on, cow, mush. Okay, let's go back. What are you doing all the way over there? Let's do a reload. Still the nearest one that's not a player, though, so let's whoosh over there. And let's press forward. Mush, mush. Okay, that's working. Let's get off again. Right, so if we're facing north, so I'm going to check the Y rotation. Actually, might be handy if I'm in here. Let's press F3. Now, right in the middle of my screen, we can see right in the middle here, you can see my mouse moving, facing north towards negative Z, and then we've got our yaw and our pitch. My yaw is -177. Okay, so let's look, which way is north? There we go, that's north. And we're just going to sort of check. I'm going to go from about here to about here and say, if I'm between those two values, let's say 157.5 and a bit more, I'm going to add 45 degrees to it because we're going to split it into 8 directions. I'll say, if I'm looking that way, then that is the way I want the cow to go. I want the cow to go negative Z. And I want it to be rotated 180 because we don't want it walking backwards. So if I make the command, that might make more sense. So let's execute as S, so still the player that is on the cow, that is pressing forward. And we'll check my Y rotation. We'll attempt to spell the word rotation. Y rotation equals 157.5. And we'll add 45 to that. We'll just say 202.5. And then we're going to switch from the player on vehicle. So now we're executing as the cow. We will run data merge with an entity at S, the thing we're riding, the cow, and we'll merge in some motion. So we're currently facing north, so I don't want anything on the X. I don't want anything on the up and down, the Y. And let's go -0.2 on the Z. And let's do its rotation as well. So it faces the way it's walking. Rotation, 180, F, and 0.0 F. In fact, can I just put 0F probably? Save that. Okay, so we should be able to control it so it moves north when we're looking north. Let's try. F3. Let's do a reload. Do you see that? Yeah, you're all the way over there. Which way? Is north back this way? I hope it is, because that's the way I want to go. Come here. Okay, let's F3. Now, I'm not doing anything now because I'm not looking north, so let's go negative Z, looking north. Ahaha! Off we go. Okay. Now, it looks like he's gliding, but you'll see his little legs are moving. He is animated. But as soon as I move too far out of my range, so that in range, oh, he takes over himself. In range, out of range. Okay, so we've got one direction working just fine. Now, what I'm going to do, well, I'm going to go off onto a little journey by the look of it. What I'm going to do is I am just going to copy and paste the other directions in here. We'll have a little look at them. But rather than spend 10 minutes you watching me type it, I think we'll just paste them all in. Because they're all exactly the same. Okay, so you can see we've got north, the one we just did. We're checking between this rotation. And if it is, then we're setting to this motion and this rotation. So northeast, we're checking from that angle. We're just adding 45 degrees on again. And we've got the motion a bit different. Because if he's going northeast, he's going to be travelling in the positive X and the negative Z. Now, the reason why these numbers are a bit lower is just that's to account for the fact that if you're going in two directions, and we used the 0.2, we'd be speeding up. We don't want that. So they're a little bit lower. You can see east. Again, just change the angle slightly that we're looking. So all we're doing is we're checking. Let's get off this thing. How do I get off? Let me off. So all we're doing is we are checking that rotation there as we turn around and say, okay, now I'm facing east. I need to be checking these ranges. Now I'm facing south. And so we check that and then we set the cow's rotation to match. I have no idea what buttons I'm pressing. There we go. And we're just doing that for each direction. Okay, can I get the whole lot on the screen at once? There we go. I can put the whole lot on the screen at once. So if you want to check the angles that I'm using and the motion and rotation, there we go. Plenty of time for you to pause that and have a little look what we're using or type the commands in. As I say, they're all the ones I've copied in are doing the same as the one we did together. There we are. Okay, so let's do a reload. Boink. Where are you? You're very far away now. Let's jump on. So now we should be able to do no directions at all, which is nice. I did do a reload, but I'm still going to... Well, why didn't you work? Let's have a look. Have we not saved the function? There we go. You can see my little white dot up there on VS Code. That indicates that this file has been changed and not saved. Well, let's do a save. Now we've saved that. Sometimes the errors are nothing to do with the commands. Sometimes it's just me being stupid. Let's reload. Let's jump back on that cow. Let's go off. There we go. So we can use the mouse to steer where we're looking. And I'm just pressing forward and we move in the direction I'm looking. I let go and off we go again. Okay. That is the basic idea. It's going to pretty much work for any entity now. I haven't tested it. I've only tested it with a husk. Let's test it with some other strange stuff. I imagine we could use this for maybe even a phantom as well. But then we probably want to add, up and down keys. This would have been... There we go. We would probably want to check up and down keys as well, but just for fun. And because I want to know, what happens if we do try to control something like a phantom that has weird mechanics? Well, at the moment, we better be nighttime. We don't want the phantom burning. Okay, Phantom. Off you go. Can you want to fly up in the sky a bit before I jump on? Oh, I've ridden the item. That's something we didn't take into account. Let's go again. Okay. This is fun, but the reason why this isn't working, and I have no control at all, is because of our on-ground predicate. The Phantom is not on the ground. Now, just because I want to know what it's like to ride a Phantom, I'm going to remove from the tick function this on-block predicate. Save that. Go back. Do a reload. Okay. Oh, now I can fly the Phantom. I can't go up and down. I tell you what, this is pretty cool, actually. I wonder what happens if we're in survival. Ow! Okay, he's oh, right. I think something we'd want to do there, if we were going to have Phantom riding, which, to be fair, that was quite exciting and fun, that I think we might actually have to do something with that. I'm going to put that into my notes, Phantom riding. I reckon we would have to put the Phantom onto the same team as us. So, where's he gone? So the Phantom doesn't attack us. And then we'd want to check the jump predicate, so we could go up, and we'd want to check the crouching predicate, so we could go... Oh, idea. I'm just waffling, aren't I? Anyway, I've done... Let's set it to noon. I like it when the sky is right... There we go. When the sky is above me. Oh, of course I like it when the sky is above me. I like it when the sun is above me. Okay, we've done what we set out to do. We have a mob, we can control it. If we walk off a cliff, will you stop? Thank you. If we walk off a cliff, the mob will no longer be stepping on the block, and we will fall down. We can't jump or anything like that, but we've got a basic little start. Anyway, I've extended the length of this video by waffling on more than I should, so I'll let you go. Take care, have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.